Okay, big hello to everybody who's tuned in. Who hasn't tuned in, now's the time to tell everybody that this is one of the biggest ones. And we at Punjab2000 have actually secured the person of the moment, the people of the moment. She is very outspoken in her rights. She's a social activist and has been sort of active on the issues of social issues in India. So she's very much in demand. So we're very, very grateful. And just getting straight to the point, really, just to welcome Dr. Ritu Singh. So Dr. Ritu, we're live now. So welcome to this chat. And once again, thank you so much for finding time. I know it's late in India, so we are truly, truly very grateful to you.
I'm also equally grateful and thank you so much for having me here. And Sat Shri Akal to everyone, whosoever is watching us in India or abroad. Hello, good evening, good morning to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, in Canada as well, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we've got people tuned in Canada at
Oh,
the moment, America as
that's
well.
great.
And I think it's wonderful. And I wanted to make this kind of conversation English stroke Punjabi, and we've seen you speak so passionately about what is going on in India at the moment. First, just give us a little bit of inkling about your involvement in this whole movement. And I know you've been active in before that as well. But what does this mean to you?
See, this means the love for my country, the love for my countrymen. So I think those who love their country, they will definitely come out and fight for their rights, fight for their countrymen, fight, to be the voice of the voiceless. So that's what I'm doing. A lot of things are happening in our country. Nothing is being hidden now from the whole nation, not only in India, from abroad as well. So I think this fight is totally a fight, if you can see, the fight for dignity, fight for self-respect. ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਜ਼ ਘਰੇ ਸੜ ਕੇ ਮੰਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲੋ ਤੇ ਲੜ ਕੇ ਮਰੋ. So that's what we are doing. We don't want this kind of future for other generations to come. So we are aware, we are educated. So if we are not, going to hold this flag, responsible flag of our nation, the dignity, the self-respect, the brotherhood that, we crave for, so what we are going to leave for our future generations. So that's what we are doing. If you'll see Baba Nanak, Guru Nanak Dev Ji has also said, if you want to worship God, worship humanity. God resides in me, God resides in you. So that's what we are doing. Yeah.
And obviously you're saying future generations, and I think you guys are the future generation at the moment for Punjab. I mean, just for people like me or people for the likes of my children, because as I was saying, that we all feel so engrossed. We feel so a much part of the issues, the part of the situation. जो कुछ भी इंडिया ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੋਂ ਪਾਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੱਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਰਦ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ so I was going to say you are the future of Punjab or the future of India. Let's say future of India because it's not just a Punjab fight, is it? Explain to me in the most commonest way what is the problem. There's 3 bills we keep on hearing about. What are the bills and just so that people of maybe my understanding or English speaking can actually understand what are the issues.
See, basically mota mota मैं तानु दसांगी because everybody knows about the 3 bills now. So, and also you have addressed it ki ho raha hai, why we are fighting for it, and people, they are sitting in the abroads. It's beautiful to see and to know that they have not forgotten their roots and they're so attached to it. They cannot see us in pain or sitting there. Their grandparents are sitting there. बहुत सारे इदां दे भी होने उत्थे बैठे जिन्हां दे parents ने those who have sold their ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ बेच के lands बेच के अपने बच्चों ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਪੜਨ ਲਈ to have to see their children, to have their, every day, worrying for their good future, your healthy future. So what is happening here in India? It's not new to us. It's just that this video has gone viral. My message has gone viral because this main media, the news media, which we talk about, the channels which you see there, they have never shown our plight, the plight of the poor, the plight of the, labor class, the bounded laborers, the kisan. They have never shown that. So today, this issue has, taken a global light. It has come to a light, and we are very grateful to the people sitting outside overseas. They have supported us. We are very thankful to them also. And your basic point was that this bill. If you see this bill, you know earlier किसान ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਕਦੀ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ is if you see ਦੇਸ਼ as in ਕਿ from 2014 if you talks about onwards 2014 ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਲਤ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਖਰਾਬ ਸੀਗੀ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੋਰ ਬੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਗਈ we were hoping that this government will come ਜਿਹਨੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵਾਅਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਈ ਸੀ it will do something good the our prime minister says make in India digital India wish guru we'll give 2 crores jobs we have done so much we have a good relations with the neighboring countries and we see what we are going through we don't have jobs we are jobless unemployment rate you can see we don't have resources our institutions our universities are set on the target. If you see JNU, you see AMU University. Now I'm from Delhi University. So the fake high system, you might have got this little bit information from the social networking sites, but main media will never address these issues because I'll tell you, this main media is totally sold. Is few of the channels are being sponsored by BJP or others are being bought by the Zambanis and Adanis. So where we will go? So these farmers issues I'll come here on the farmers issues so what farmers are going through ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬੇਵਕੂਫ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ farmers are not aware of the facts ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੰਨਾ pain ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਾਮੀ ਇੰਨੀ we are sleeping in our cozy ਬਿਸਤਰ cozy cocoons ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਘਰੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਸੋ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹਾਰਡ ਵਰਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ and if we are not speaking for them it means we are not true to them true to not the food providers our farmers ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੋਟ ਵਾਇਰਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ we ate today we must thank them so ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਿੱਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅੱਜ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਬੇਵਕੂਫ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ what is that contractual system ਤੁਸੀਂ contractual system ਇੱਕ ਬਿੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ contractual system ਹੋਏਗਾ दूजी चीज ये कह रही है कि MSP the responsibility we are not going to take the responsibility of MSP that minimum support price and then the other thing was mandi free mandi होएगी free market ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ you can sell ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ purchase ਜੋ ਵੀ produce ਹੈਗਾ you can sell wherever you want to go these are all our jumlas these are the strategies of BJP if we'll understand of this present government क्यों छोटा फार्मर हैगा ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਫਾਰਮਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਚੇਗਾ where he'll go ਇੰਨੇ ਰਿਸੋਰਸਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਤਰਤਾ ਹੈ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵਾਲਮਾਰਟਸ here in India we have big bazaars ਔਰ ਦੂਜੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਮੋਟੇ ਮਾਰਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ if you'll go to purchase ਆਲੂ ਨਾ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਆਲੂ ਜਿਹੜਾ 10-20 ਰੁਪਏ ਕਿਲੋ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹੀ ਆਲੂ ਅੱਛੀ ਪੈਕੇਜਿੰਗ ਚ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ 40 ਰੁਪਏ 50 ਰੁਪਏ kg ਉਹੀ ਆਲੂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ 5-6 ਰੁਪਏ ਚ ਵੇਚ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਕੀਮਤ ਇੰਨੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ if you'll see ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ 7000 ਮੰਡੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ we have 7000 ਮੰਡੀਜ਼ so and the law says we need to have 42000 mandis across our country so we don't have government ਦਾ purpose ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਮੰਡੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਪੈਸਾ ਲਗਾਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ improvise ਕਰੇ they should improvise those mandiyas they should fund they ke un mandiyan di halat achhi karna it's not doing that because government at the end don't want to take any responsibility and that also in that bill that death notice if you have seen that if a kisan bada strategically jehde corporate sectors wale hage na you need to see this what they do ਇਹ ਫਸਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫਾਰਮਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਫਸਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਭੋਲੇ ਫਾਰਮਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਲਾਅ ਚ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੇ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਸਾਈਨ ਕਰਾ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਇਟਸੈਲਫ ਸੇਇੰਗ ਉੱਥੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਲਾਅ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਨਾਟ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਕੋਰਟ
Right.
This middleman, you need to find the middleman and you need to approach that. You cannot approach the court. So basically, if you cannot approach the court, your problem is not sorted. ਉਹ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਬਣਾ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਹਾਈਜੈਕ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਗੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਜਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਟ ਮਾਈਂਡਸ ਆਰ ਵੈਰੀ ਸਮਾਰਟ so they can make farmers fools easily so that's what their strategy is ਕਿ ਹਰ ਤਰਫ ਤੋਂ ਫਸਾ ਦੋ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਟ ਸਾਰੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਨਲਿਮਿਟਿਡ ਸਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ So what basically these big, corporate houses are going to do, industrialists going to do, they're going to, purchase their produce, as much as they want, and they're
Yeah.
going to store it. ਕਦੀ
Mm.
ਵੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੁਰੇ ਦੌਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ in India we're in a very bad phase of recession. You
Yeah.
won't realize it because half of the news doesn't reach you. So ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਬੁਰੇ ਦੌਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈਗੇ. So what they're gonna do, वो ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਸਟੋਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈਣਗੇ ਇਹ ਅੰਬਾਨੀ ਅਡਾਨੀ ਜੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀਅਲਿਸਟ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ जिस टाइम ऐसे कोई हालात आएंगे देश से दिस टाइम इस ऐसा कोई मौका आएगा वेयर साढ़े को रिसोर्सेज नहीं हैगे या प्रोड्यूस नहीं हैगा they are gonna come and जेड़ा प्रोड्यूस स्टॉक करके रखे उन्होंने ला के मार्केट विच बेचेंगे हाई प्राइसेस पे
Right.
सोचो वो हाई प्राइसेस पे बेचेंगे ते फार्मर बेचारा अपनी एमएसपी भी नहीं लेगा क्योंकि ओदी श्योरिटी नहीं दे रहे. So we
Right.
are requesting them. So I'm just cutting it short. We are
Sure,
requesting
sure,
them
sure.
whatever you're saying from your mouth that we are going to give you MSP, वो तो
Yeah.
है ही, वो तो नहीं जाएगा. We don't want these jumlas because
Right.
you have lied enough. You have lied enough. You have lied to the youth. You have lied to the farmers, to the laborers. I mean, like to every citizen of this country. So we don't want any more to, same thing. Our farmers should suffer again. They are already, suffering from the big loans they have taken. So
Right. Okay.
everything is, yeah.
Right. No, thank you.
You
That's
want to ask
perfect.
something?
Dr. Ritu, where does the chief ministers of these states, like, first things first, this is not just a Punjab fight. This is not a Jat fight. This is not a Sikh fight. This is a fight
No.
for the farmers. And the farmers employ, or the farmers, with the farmers, there's so many other people attached. They're the people who buy the crops off them, the laborers, as you've mentioned. So coming back to my point was, Captain Aminder Singh is the chief minister of Punjab, right? So when the BJP, the Modi government must have started this documentation, I'm sure they must have consulted him. They must have spoke to him. He must have signed it.
No,
Where
no, no,
is
no, no.
he now? Where is he now? Or does
See,
that go bypass all over him?
yes, they have bypassed everything. So
Right.
that's what they are doing.
Right.
That's what they are doing. मनमानी सरकार जिन्हों कहते हैं जो मन आया वो कर लेना. क्योंकि I am not a person of Congress that I am protecting Congress face. So I am just a social activist. But I am saying that there are two houses here, in parliament. And few of the members from the one house, which is BJP supporters also, they were also against this bill. And the other opposite parties were also opposing this bill. But they overlooked everything, hear everything, and they passed it. वो कहते हैं ना अपना ही को करके मनमानी करके अपना वो आई एम नॉट एबल टू पुट इट इनटू वर्ड्स एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स बट वो अपना खून गरम या अपनी सो कॉल्ड दिखा करके वी आर सो मच इनटू मेजॉरिटी पावरफुल सो व्हाटएवर वी आर गोना डू वही होएगा जो ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ हैं.
Dictatorship, is that what the
Dictatorship,
word?
you can, yeah,
That's the word you're
perfect,
looking for.
yeah,
Dictatorship. We will
yeah,
do
yeah,
what
yeah.
we
That's
want
what
and we're in power.
our prime minister is known for. So
Right.
that's what they have done. And basically ਇੱਕ term ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਵਸਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ benefit of the crisis. So nowadays we are the global crisis, this COVID-19, the corona pandemic, we all are suffering from it. So what this government is doing, taking full advantage and benefit of this pandemic, this because people we cannot move out, we cannot go to protest because they are putting that 144 dhara la dende ne utthe कि you cannot go out and protest, you cannot go on the street. So जो भी कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं, not only with the farmers, ਇਹ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਜੀਐਨਯੂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਹੋਏ, ਐਨਆਰਸੀ ਸੀਏ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੰਗ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ. So we were protesting for that last year if you see. But everyone, protest pura khatam karta because of corona pandemic. But when BJP wants to have rallies, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਰੈਲੀਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅਦਰ ਏਜੰਡਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨਮਾਨੀ ਡਿਕਟੇਟਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਪੈਂਡੇਮਿਕ ਚ ਆਪਦਾ ਨੂੰ ਅਵਸਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ everything they have done it. So basically in India, if you see, COVID-19 is not a physical problem, it's not a physical disease, it has become a political problem, political disease. Corona is a political problem here in India. So problem or disease
they're actually used the coronavirus to pass these bills and thought quietly.
Of course,
get them under the radar and get it.
हाँ एकदम. लेकिन वो भुल गए. लेकिन I tell you वो भुल गए ये चीज की केड़ी कौम नाल पंगा ले रहे सी. Again I'm reiterating, but I'm not targeting one particular community. It's just that these people are more aware. and the kind of support globally this particular, Kisan Andolan has got. That's, it's beautiful. It's the exuberant energy. It's unreal. If you'll see the sense of belongingness, the community feeling, and students, students from different university, like students, like scholars like us, activists like us, all are there with the farmers because ਹੁਣੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਓਗੇ in India, it's, minus which temperature ਹੈਗਾ, it's so cold, and they're sleeping on the, roadside tractor ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਠੰਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ, ਉਹ ਗੰਦਗੀ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਉੱਥੇ, ਮੱਛਰ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ, but that enthusiasm that we are not going to let this government win or ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨਮਾਨੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ. So we are on
Yeah.
the roads and fighting for our right and dignity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing, that sitting here sort of sanu itwe idda lagda vi, well mere sochan de mutabik, and a lot of people are sending their message in. Thank you, keep your messages coming in, but I've got a lot of questions to ask as well, but I will ask your questions forward, and everybody, Dr. Ritu is showing their support for you, so there's a lot of people sending their messages in, so I think you're building a big fan following here, and who knows, maybe we'll see you on the political scene soon as a chief minister of Punjab. We're wishing you all the best. Wish you all the best. Anyway, sorry, coming back to my point is that we feel sort of frustrated, probably sitting here, thinking that our leaders now, the Kisan Union leaders, are going forward to these meetings. It absolutely, me, not as a journalist, but as a human being, it frustrates me a little bit that they get in the bus, they drive to the place, they have a little meeting, they come back and say, oh, there's 8 point, there's no point, there's 10 points. But surely the time for those points is not now. They should have dealt with those points a long time ago. So we can see from here that the Indian government is stalling and just waiting for things to cool down or things to go wrong. So what I wanted to ask you was, how much influence do people like yourself or people like Lakasadana, Deep Sidhu, those are the people that we keep hearing. Do you get a chance to speak to those people? And do you get a chance to say to them, look, we want to do this. We want a yes or a no. The time for talking or time for talking about these bills is over. This is what we need to do. Do you get a chance as a young youth to influence their decisions, the people who are going into these meetings?
No, I haven't got the chance, as of now, but definitely I'm looking forward to it. But they are very much seeing the energy of the youth on the protest side every day. So also they are, watching our media bites. They are watching that, every youth is with us and they are in no mood to take a step back. They are very much aware and they are realizing the fact that this government is making us fool, justice delayed is just a denying. Wala hisab ho raha hai. We are realizing that and we are very much understanding. This government since 2014 it's doing this way only. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਉਂਗਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਂਗਲੀ ਟੇਢੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ. So that's what we have done. We are also in no mood to step back. We are too determined to fight for it, and that's a genuine right, that's a genuine demand. So I think Deep Sidhu, everybody is, even Diljit Dosanjh, the one who has taken the stand, and other leaders also, other faces also who have come out in this total agitation. So I think everybody is so clear. Everybody is in no mood for bargaining, for negotiation. So we are too determined for that. But yes, we want ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ you cannot make fool them for any longer or for a long time. So I think repetitively negotiation, because the government itself has realized कि yeah, we do need little bit amendments into it. थोड़ी बहुत गलतियां हैं और थोड़ी बहुत गलतियां नहीं हैं और ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਫੇਸ ਸੇਵ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਆਪਣੀ ਹੋਠ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ਾ ਲੈਦਰ ਕਰਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. You should roll back it. We are in no mood of negotiation. To scrap off or roll back it. That's the only way out to it. So I think this is my message, because look, we don't get, because there are a lot of people, people are in thousands and lakhs today. I think it ਲੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਦਾਦ ਸੀਗੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਬੰਦ ਸੀਗਾ 8 December. So ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਸੀਗੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਿਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ. So it's not easy to approach also, because ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜੱਥਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਔਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਲੋਕ ਸੀਗੇ. Massive beautiful ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀਪੂਰਵਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਸੀਗਾ. ਬਟ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਹੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ, because main media is not covering us, not at all. And ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਨ ਆਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਪੁੱਠੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, they are telling totally, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੁੱਛਦੀ ਹੈ, watch news channels the information was totally ulti ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ agenda ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ because they are paid news channels if the news
Right.
channel is being bought by this Ambani and Adani or sponsored by the BJP of course they are not going to show our news so
Yeah.
आज the worst हाल ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ because they have put in the jammers there jammers
Right.
ਲਗਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah I was not able to send a WhatsApp text so live video ਤਾਂ ਦੂਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ so ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਸੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਏਗਾ ਉਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਉਹ ਝੂਠ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ ਉਹ
Yeah.
ਮੇਨ
Well,
ਮੀਡੀਆ
I mean,
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਝੂਠ ਦੱਸ ਦੇਗੀ
I mean
yeah
that's the other worry. That's the other worry is for
of
what
course
how do you guys communicate with each other with each other? And secondly, if they stop the social media or some of the channels that are showing, if they stop that from coming out, surely I mean in this day and age they're still acting as if there's some gunda from a village, some sardar from a village who owns everything and he can control everybody, and that's how it seems to us. I mean, that's a worry that they will put jammers in there, they will turn the internet off, and they will stop people from broadcasting. I mean, how will we tackle that issue? How will you guys tackle that issue?
See what we have done today. If I'll talk about today, I have seen media channels, those social media. I'm not talking about the main media. What they used to do, they were capturing the video, they were rushing back to their cars in the parking lounges, and they were uploading it because they wanted to give the right information. So, okay, karde si aajkal I think option हैगा Facebook पे that we can record the video and live it later on. So
Yeah.
they were doing it. So
Right.
the only way to tackle, I don't think so. But जिद्दां तुसी कहा कि कोई गुंडा राज, definitely it's a gunda raj. They
Yeah.
actually wanted, to spread this dahshat all around. They should, people should feel that, oh my God, we cannot do anything in front of this government. जे जेड़ा कोई बोलेगा अद्धियां नु ते जेल भेज देंगे, किसी नु मरवा देंगे, किसी नु कुछ hijack कर देंगे, किसी नु कुछ. So that's what is happening. This is kind of a माहौल हैगा इत्थे. बट ਉਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਿਗਨਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਘਰੇ ਸੜ ਕੇ ਮਰੋ ਜਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲੋ ਤੇ ਲੜ ਕੇ ਮਰੋ that's what we have come up with a simple strategy and awareness is very much important so that's what I always say in my interviews ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਾਇਰਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਬਾਹਰ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਬਾਈਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ I always say we need to educate each other we need to make people aware and organize the most important thing is organize that our father of the constitution Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar always has focused if you see his readings he has always focused on that if you will stay aware and organize people that's how you can win them and such kind of fascist powers the only reason to stand in front of them if you are aware if you are on the roads because बड़ा सही किसी ने किया जब सरकार संसद आवारा हो जाती है तो तुसी सड़ਕਾਂ खाली ना छड्डो सड़ਕਾਂ भर दो आज जो होया है सड़ਕਾਂ ਭਰੀਆਂ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਗਲੋਬਲੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ ਇਟਸ ਜਸਟ दैट ਉਹ ਇਨੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਛੱਡਣਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਨੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ਾ ਲੈਦਰ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਨਾਟ ਸਕੇਅਰਡ ਬਟ ਪੀਪਲਸ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned the entertainment industry. Obviously, Punjab2000 always supported, and we are a musical channel. And how important has that been? The Punjabi or the entertainment industry coming out and supporting the cause. I mean, what role have they played in this?
Amazing. See, once you are a public face, you are more glaring to the people's eye publicly. So there you have, millions of followers, millions of people watching you. So if people love you, for who you are, if people have loved your work, so you owe, certain responsibility towards them. So if you will not speak for it, then, it's just like ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ BJP ਨੂੰ join ਕੀਤਾ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੇ celebrities ਨਾ ਕੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ we have huge hopes from Sunny Deol, but what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you think we are ever going to vote him? Do you think ever we're going to choose him as a leader? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਵੋਟ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹੀ ਅੱਜ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣੀ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਕਿ ਜਦ ਵੋਟ ਲੈਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀ ਜਦ ਹੱਕ ਮੰਗਣ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੱਕ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨੀ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨੀ ਆਤੰਕਵਾਦੀ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਕ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ are we terrorists if we are talking about our rights are we terrorists we are not we are asking for our basic rights ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ you are labeling us as आतंकवादीज you're labeling students as Naxalis that's what this government is USP जिसे कहते हैं ना speciality this government has done PhD in labeling people labeling activists and whosoever ask for their rights or speak against it so this government has simple issue to label that particular individual and coming back to your point that of the celebrities See, it's really great. I'm also grateful, and everybody, you kind of get that love, that energy. Oh, this celebrity, this is a public face. It has come to, he has come, he or she has come to our protest. So ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡਾ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, protest ਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਇਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਜੈਨੂਇਨ ਲੱਗਿਆ, ਨਾਲੇ ਇਹ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਡਰਦਾ ਤੇ why we will get scared, ਇਹਦਾ ਤੇ
Right.
ਸਾਰਾ ਕਰੀਅਰ ਉਹ ਦਾਅ ਤੇ ਲਗਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ. And same goes with the Bollywood. And it again, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਰਿਆ ਕਾਲਾ ਦਿਸ ਸਕਦਾ, ਬਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ, you cannot see its pain. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਰਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖ ਸਕਦਾ.
That's a very valid point you made, because I was listening to your point, is that Black Lives Matter, and every life matters, and of course they matter as well. But the fact what's happening in your own home, in your own garden, in your own house, why are you not speaking about? Is it like ped chal kyunki ek chal piya dooja chal piya and it brings them more fame, or do they mean it from the heart?
No, it's a paid chal. If heart to hunda te ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ already ਇੰਨਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਹੈਗਾ, what more you need? ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, I understand luxury, I understand your lifestyle, but you have had enough, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਗਾ. But those who are struggling, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਹੈ. It's just because we like your work, we like, Bollywood ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ craze, ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਲਹਾਲ. Same goes with the sarkar also. Government ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਿਠਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਤਾਰ ਵੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. We have made them, we have voted for them, so that's why they are here. So, they should speak up for us because they're public face, millions of people watching them. So same goes with the Bollywood. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ, ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲੇ, I think 3 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲੇ, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰਿਟੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀਗੀ, I think ਸੋਨਮ ਕਪੂਰ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ. ਹੁਣ ਕੱਲ ਪ੍ਰਿਯੰਕਾ ਚੋਪੜਾ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ, ਇਹੀ ਹੈਗੇ 2-3 ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਸਪਾਈਨ ਦੱਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆਪਣੀ. Other are all spineless, and dead souls. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਕਮੀ ਹੈ? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬੀਜੇਪੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਲਾਮ ਤੇ ਦਲਾਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾ, we have huge hopes from Amitabh Bachchan. What kind of legendary personality he is. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਲੈਣੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਰਾਮਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਐਡਸ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਾਰਮਰਸ ਤੇ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਫਾਰਮ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ. that's what I'm saying. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਥਾਲੀ 'ਚ ਛੇਦ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ, ਨਾਲ ਥੁੱਕ ਦਿਓ. that's what you're doing. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਫਾਰਮਰਸ ਨੂੰ? ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. You should have supported the whole movement, but nobody is there. ਭੇੜ ਚਾਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. ਅੱਛਾ, ਉਹਨੇ ਕਰਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੀ. ਅੱਛਾ, ਉਹਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਫਸ ਜਾ. That's what they are doing.
But Dr. Ritu, is it better late than never? For example, I mean, Gurdas Maan Sahib, he came the other day, and some people were saying speak, some people were saying not speak. I mean, he's served his kalam has served the Punjabi community forever as well. So should we as people maybe not judge them, and maybe they have their own reasons for not coming forward yet and maybe coming forward later, but just welcome them that they are joining the protest. And chalde holi holi, harek pind karke jud janda, idaਂ kalakar karke jud jande a. So should we not be judging them as individuals and let them join in the protest?
See, it's not we are judging them. It's just that we're talking about them because we have high and huge hopes from them. We look up to them. We have loved them for who they are. I'm again saying this thing. So we have huge hopes for them. I understand कि तुसी बाच आ जाओ या better late than never वाला हिसाब. But I think जिस समय, if you are hungry today, I will give you food. एक साल बाद कल तक ताड़ा कितना कुछ खो जाना है. So it's my responsibility कि मैं ताड़ा टेड उस वेले परा जिस समय that point when you are hungry, और एक दो दिन बाद. But इदा दा it's not new. ये होंदा आ रहा है. It's not new. आज होया है, कल होया है. When students were protesting for the fee hike in JNU, nobody spoke that time also for them. So everyone was facing. So आज का challenge नहीं हैगा. This government is strategizing. Everything. It's the plan of the government is basically to privatize everything, to make every system contractualism कर देना, contractual कर देना. कितने government की responsibility ना रहे. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਸਾਈਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ. ਅਪਾਰਟ ਫਰਮ ਇਟ, ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀਜ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਕਿਸਾਨ ਦਾ ਮਜ਼ਦੂਰ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਦੂਰੋਂ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ, ਫਰਮ ਬਿਹਾਰ, ਫਰਮ ਪੰਜਾਬ, ਫਰਮ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਸੈਕਟਰਸ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਰਟਿਕੂਲਰ ਆਮ ਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦਿੱਲੀ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਸੈਂਟਰ. ਸੋ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਮਲਟੀਕਲਚਰਲ ਪੀਪਲ ਫਰਮ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਕਲਚਰ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦਾ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਨੇ, ਦੈਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਬਰੋਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਓਕੇ ਵੀਲ ਗੋ ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਲ ਐਨੂਅਲ ਇਨਕਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਫੀਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਹੈ. But when this whole system will get into private hands, will go into private hands, contractualism हो जाएगा, जो सारा system ये सब बहुत महंगा हो जाएगा. तो government की करिए, एहो जे government sectors, it's seen as a profit making agency. So when you will see it, just like Kisan, just like all this farmers protest, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ farmers ਦੀ ਮੰਡੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਂ farmers ਦੇ business ਦਾ ਉਹ profit making agency ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੁਨਾਫਾ ਕਮਾਇਆ ਜਾਏ, ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ
Right.
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀਅਲਿਸਟ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਕਰਿਆ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਅਮੀਰ ਅਮੀਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, ਗਰੀਬ ਹੋਰ ਗਰੀਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ. ਐਂਡ ਵਾਟ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਹੈਪਨ ਦੈਨ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਮੀਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਔਰ ਅਮੀਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਹੈਗੇ, ਲੇਬਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਔਰ ਅਦਰ ਮਾਰਜਨਲਾਈਜ਼ ਸੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ, ਮਾਈਨੋਰਿਟੀਜ਼, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਖੂਬ ਪੁੱਟਣਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੀਣਾ, ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਣੀ, ਉਹ ਐਵਰੀਡੇ ਇਸੇ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਲਝਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ, ਐਵਰੀਡੇ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਰਾਤੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਖਾਣੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਟ ਦਿਸ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵਾਂਟ. ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲੜ ਮਰੋ, ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਹੇਟਰਡ ਰਹੇ, ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਰੋਜ਼ਗਾਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਲੀਟਿਜ਼ਮ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਰਾਜ ਕਰਨ, ਇਹ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਰੂਲ ਕਰੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ.
I mean that's
ਫੰਡ ਫੰਡ
I mean the English have always been accused of that, divide and rule. So it seems like Modi's done all these visits to these countries. He's finally learned that this is the way to rule, and maybe that's what he
of
wants.
course. Yeah.
So
No, he has
Haryana,
learned it long back. He's learned it long back.
yeah.
So what he is doing is just putting
Like a
into
big,
practice now.
yeah. So it was a big setback for him when the Haryana people joined in, Rajasthan joined in, Uttar Pradesh joined in,
UP, yeah.
Maharashtra joined in. So everybody has
Bihar.
joined in. Everybody is standing at the doorstep. So my question to you, Dr. Ritu, is understanding, you being a psychologist as well, understanding the psychology of the Indian people, is that these are the people who vote these people in. They forget really quickly, what these people done. And I'm sure in 5-6 years time, people will be voting these people in again. So why do our people not understand that, this is what this, I mean, for example, I was with my dad in India when the whole money thing happened, and it was a crisis. It was an absolute crisis. So people could see that this was going this way, and nobody raised their voice then. So these are the people that we vote in. Surely the people who vote these people in have got the right to say, these farmers now, to say, look, we're not talking to this minister. We want to talk to Modi. We want to talk to Amit Shah. We want to talk to him in our trolley where we're sitting, in our tent where we're sitting. So why are they still going in these buses with their packed lunches and still talking to these people on a nice level? Isn't it time to stand your ground and say, you come to us, we talk to Modi, or we don't talk to anybody?
See, very rightly you have pointed it out, but how can I say? Have you seen any such prime minister since 2014 who doesn't have a guts or who's fake? He hasn't done any press conference on his own since 2014. Never addressed our issues. Never addressed the press. Do you know about it? You must.
Hey,
Yeah, this is our prime minister. He's not accessible to us. He's not accessible to us.
He's done a series with sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Ritu. He's done a series with this gentleman here called Bear Grylls, when they go and live out in the jungle or in the wild. And Modi has done a series with him. So he sees himself as kind of a funny man, a funny character. He sees himself like that. But when will he take himself seriously, that he's not a joker anymore? He's playing with the livelihoods and the lives of people.
He doesn't want to take it serious because he's enjoying it. He knows it that mera jhoot sabse majboot. He knows everything. Why they have kept Modi where he is? That's a very deliberate intention and action. Purposely they have chosen Modi for this job, because you need to have that courage and confidence to play with people's life, to lie so beautifully the way he does it every time when he's saying that na koi China se andar aaya hai, na koi aaya tha, but they incursion ho chuka tha, they have intruded, and I think 20 of our jawans were killed in that bhed, I think, if you have heard of it. So they have purposely selected Mr. Modi there. And coming back to the point that it's his responsibility to address people's issues, to address the issues of youth, but he's ignoring us. He's not talking to us. He's not coming to the grounds. Definitely, people are asking, people every time. If you see the main media is only Modi. So basically, Modi is the leader of media. Modi is the prime minister of media. Media made Modi. So otherwise, if you'll see, if you'll go to the grounds, which you people, get little bit information from the social media, to tanu mil jandi hai, because main media never show. So this whole narrative is, that has been created about the darling prime minister of the, of our country, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸੁਣਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਜਨਤਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ, ਜਨਤਾ ਦੀ pain, plight, ਉਹ media ਨੇ create ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ. That is, so we call him Prime Minister of the Godi media. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So somehow we blame EVM also.
So what you're saying from the ground, that he is more of in a sense, he's more of a puppet, or he's more of a PR man for India rather than the actual prime minister. So are you suggesting that the power is in other hands rather than Modi's hands? So Modi can't make
Of course, because the people sitting there, who are funding him, who are funding the elections of the BJP, the money is coming from the corporate sector, the money is coming from abroad, the people ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ banks ਤੋਂ millions of money ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੱਠ ਗਏ. So money is coming from that side, so it's getting funded. Or ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ secure ਹੋ, when you're getting ਇੰਨਾ ਪੈਸਾ, when you are so secure, so ਤੁਸੀਂ you are sitting in an AC room na, you're not realizing what people are going through. If Modi or Amit Shah will come, he will see farmers क्या की नहीं देख रहे, किस हालात तो नहीं गुजर रहे, किस हालात तो यूथ नहीं गुजर रहा. जब कोरोना COVID-19 पैंडेमिक होया सीगा, उस वेले इन्नी क्राइसिस सीगी कि किन्ने लोग भुखे मरे ने, पैदल चल के लोग अपने घरे पूजे ने. That time also, they have taken in PM fund ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ crowd funding ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਇੰਨਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਗਿਆ ਪੈਸਾ? Immediately ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ rallies ਹੋਈਆਂ, immediately ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ elections ਹੋਏ, ਸਾਰਾ ਪੈਸਾ spend ਹੋਇਆ. But what about that money ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ foreign ਤੋਂ ਪੈਸਾ ਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਨਤਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ, ਜਨਤਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਭਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਕਿਤੇ ਦਾ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ. So that's why we are dealing and struggling. ਉਹੀ ਛੋਟੇ ਮੋਟੇ issues ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ fight ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਸ ਲਈ.
Dr. Ritu, also, I mean, a lot of people are joining in on Facebook and everything. So thank you to everybody. Can I just say thank you so much? I am getting your messages and I am trying to ask your questions to Dr. Ritu. And all of them, honestly, they're supportive of you and they're saying we need more people like you, more youth going
so much.
More sort of educationally aware people, and more people aware of what's going on in the world. So thank you very much for everybody's messages. What I was going to say is that a lot of the messages are coming in to say, what can we do sitting in America, New Zealand, in Canada, in England? How can we further support you guys? What can we do to help you even more?
I think you guys are doing your bit, whatever you can from there. You are sending your help. I think already some of them are in touch with their, families or the associations ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ. But what best you can do is to, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ support ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, it should continue, and it should continue in forms of, these media bites, videos, and support in other forms. You can talk about our issues. और ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ protest ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, agitation ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ. And also you can, such things put pressure on the government here in India ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ਾ ਲੈਦਰ ਬਾਹਰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ educate ਕਰੋ, aware ਕਰੋ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਲਈ. Not only your own people, but others too. See, in what this kind of circumstances our farmers are dealing with these issues. ਜਿੰਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ aware ਕਰੋਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੰਗਾ, because ਜਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ protest ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ. We feel so happy. We feel so happy. ਔਰ ਇੰਨਾ ਇੱਕ support ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ it's not ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਬਾਈਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਥੱਲੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਹੀ that small initiative, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ effort ਸੀਗਾ, it was so beautiful. ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਇੰਨੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਆਈ ਸੀਗੀ, psychologically ਵੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਮਿਲੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਨਾ, ਇੰਨਾ motivation ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ. Okay, and also was a shameful message to a prime minister ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਲਾਈਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਈ, ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ, ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਰੇ, and the person who is sitting, ਇੰਨੀ ਦੂਰ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦਿਸ ਗਿਆ. He realized that those bills are wrong. He has realized ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਲਤ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਸਦਾ, ਸਭ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ. But your intentions are not true.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we are getting a lot of your information coming through to us, but I don't know if you guys are getting the information that's coming from the UK, I mean, and from Canada, and there's a massive march in San Francisco. There's a massive march in Canada. there was a
Mhm.
big rally in Germany, and the German farmers joined in, the English German farmers joined in, and we had a
Mhm.
massive a rally in London this Sunday as well. So we are doing all we can, and I think for a lot of people who are asking on Facebook, what can you do, and I think you can write into your local MPs, let them know your issues, and obviously although we're sitting abroad, and let them know what's going on.
Perfect.
So these issues can be taken up in Parliament, and they can be mentioned in Parliament, and they can be brought up before. And I think Sky News did a big feature today, so finally it is getting out there. But I suppose जो बेशर्म वो बेशर्म हुंदा उन्हें शर्म नहीं आउंदी ते
हाँ.
पर किसे as my mom says किसे दिन ते तेनू शर्म आऊगी, and I think which is
नहीं
obviously
आऊगी. How I'll tell you.
yeah.
A people's movement ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ, a movement, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਾਵਰ ਹੈਗੀ, because you chase your democracy, ਲੋਕਤੰਤਰ, your rights, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ terms ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਲਈ use ਕਰਦੇ because we are more aware of these things. So ਜਿਹੜਾ peaceful protest ਕਰਨਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ, it's your constitutional right. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ, no government, no here in India or abroad also has the right to stop it. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ, ਲਾਠੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਠਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਟੀਅਰ ਗੈਸ, ਇਹ ਉਹ, ਇਟਸ ਜਸਟ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂਰ ਡਿਕਟੇਟਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਮੈਨ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੁੰਡਾ ਰਾਜ ਹੈਗਾ, ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਟ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਡਨ, ਬਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਫਾਰਮਰਸ ਆਰ ਆਸਕਿੰਗ ਫॉर देयर ਰਾਈਟਸ ਨਾ, ਪੀਸਫੁਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟਸ ਯੂਰ ਰਾਈਟ, ਯੂ ਆਰ ਚੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਇਟ. ਸੋ ਕਨਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ, ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਟ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਸੇਇੰਗ. And also, one more thing, मैं इथों थोड़े medium तो कहना चाहूंगी, it's very, very important to protect our constitution, because I don't find the intentions of this government, to keep it safe or to protect it. They are doing everything which is not written in our constitution or which is against it. So today we are sitting there. Today I am talking to you, and I am, ਜਿਹੜੀ power which ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਪੂਰਨ ਬਹੁਮਤ, full majority, the government, I'm talking against it. That's I'm chasing my constitutional right, the voice of the dissent. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਸ government ਦਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ, I always say, the voice of the dissent ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ? You should have the courage to hear me. If I'm opposing you, I'm telling you tadi galti, tanu sunna pega, because I'm chasing my right. I can oppose you, that's my constitutional right. But je tusi main tanu oppose kar rahi haan, lekin je tusi sochoge mera oppose kariye, mera gala vaad do, then you are wrong, my dear. Then your understanding of the whole constitution about your rights is wrong. Then you are being dictator. You are, oh tada gunda raj hai, you are ruling me, overpowering me. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਨਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈਗਾ. ਔਰ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਫੇਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਬੜੇ ਐਕਟਿਵਿਸਟ ਸੀਗੇ. To tell you a short, story here, I've lost my job. I was working as an assistant professor. The right moment last year, I finished my PhD. I got into a college. I was working as an assistant professor there. So this whole BJP regime, we are into their eyes, okay, je any aware ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, she comes from this community, ਇਹ ਕੁੜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੋਲਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ 10 ਹੋਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ, ਫਟਾਫਟ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢੋ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਤੋਂ. ਬਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ. My case is still going with the court. Next hearing, so it's a judicial process. It takes time. So next hearing is very soon hearing. So I will win the case for sure because my case is very strong. They have nothing against me. But yeah, this is a genuine issue. If you'll see my YouTube channel, everything is there. Dr. Ritu, the channel, तो सब कुछ हैगा. So बहुत बड़ा agitation होया सीगा, protest होया सीगा. They just wanted to shut me, and many others like me. So we are on at their target. मतलब you cannot. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ. But we, as the safeguards, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਜਾਂ lover ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ, ਆਪਣੇ constitution ਨੂੰ protect ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਮਾ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. Because of our constitution, we are here today.
Yeah. Is it still in India? Is it still a man's world then? Is that what it is? That women have, from where we're sitting and like you sitting and all the women speaking that up against, or activists against it? It seems like a very much a man's world still, even in the politic arena. So we need more people like you to come forward and for you to inspire so many other people there as well. So we could have spoken to anybody, but we're speaking to you because I think you guys possibly are the future, and inspiring my daughters, for example, to fight for their rights. Dr. Ritu, obviously I know you quite hot there and it's quite late as well, so I do appreciate. So just a couple of questions. Do you see a solution to this? Is there a solution? Will we go back to our farming with some points corrected, or will we go back with the 3 bills being ripped up? Is that possible? Can that happen? Will that happen?
That cannot happen. No way to it. We are too determined for it. they have to take it back today or tomorrow, any day. That's their choice. ਇਹ ਅੰਦੋਲਨ ਉਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਜਦ ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਚਾਹ ਜਾਣਗੇ. It's into their hands. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਤੇ ਛੱਡਿਆ. ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਅੱਜ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ. Take it back. We are happy. We'll go back, but we'll not go back otherwise. So ho jayega. Don't think we are even not going to talk about on any negative things, because a lot of positive we have got from this andolan. And state have also internally they have realized their mistake. They have realized ki panga kide naal le aaye. So we are not talking about ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਹਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਆਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਿੰਨ ਬਿੱਲ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ. ਇਹ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ. ਇਹ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ. You will see the results very soon because we are too determined to it, and it will happen because truth sooner or later it will win, and you
Yeah.
will see it. It
I
will
mean,
win.
I mean, there's a meeting tomorrow. So what are we expecting from this meeting tomorrow, or the result of tomorrow? Because Bharat was closed today between 11 and 3:30. I think Bharat came to a standstill today. So that's a huge statement in itself. So, I mean, how long can this battle keep going? How long can people be
as
away
long
from
as
them?
as long as BJP wants, as long as BJP wants,
Yeah.
because Kisans are full, they have full, determination and full with the ration for 6 months, and they're getting everything. So they are not on a picnic basically. But
Yeah.
ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ. ਜਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਔਰ ਗੋਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਤਿਹ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਇੰਟੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ. ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਂਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਤੋਂ ਰਾਤ ਡਿਮੋਨੇਟਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਦੋ, ਰਾਤੋਂ ਰਾਤ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਹਰਕਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੂਰਾ ਦੇਸ਼ ਪੂਰੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਹਾਕਾਰ ਮਚ ਜਾਏ, ਪੂਰਾ ਦੇਸ਼ ਸਫਰ ਕਰੇ. So our intentions are very clear. We don't have ill and bad intentions. So our intentions are very clear and true. So ਅਸੀਂ fully prepared ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. And coming back to the point of the government tomorrow, what they are going to say, I think we have huge hopes. And if they want that peace should prevail, if they want, to restore the brotherhood, the we feeling in our country, they should, hold some sense of responsibility for what they are sitting there in the power, and they must, take it back, roll back it, and give whatever our demands are. Farmers are demanding, and to give a happy decision if they want to want to rule us again, if they want to sit in the power again. Because yes, again I'm saying ਬਿਠਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਤਾਰ ਵੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. So इसलिए youth ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ equally responsible ਹੈਗਾ. Immense support, beautifully they are dedicated on the roads and supporting farmers. So they have taken the responsibility कि ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਟਣ ਵਾਲੇ. So ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਮਝ ਆਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, because ये तो अभी अंगड़ाई है, आगे और लड़ाई है.
I mean, are you getting support of how the people inside Delhi are feeling? Because obviously all the roads are blocked to Delhi. So सारी सड़कें दिल्ली ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ. So until Delhi speaks itself, Delhi says something to the government to say, look, you need to sort this out because, we are short of food, we are short of water or whatever. Will Delhi speak out, and will Delhi put the pressure with the people, put the pressure on Modi to do this?
See, I believe that they should do it. And as far as the problems are concerning, I don't think so, because in a beautiful and a shanti purvak andolan jehda hoya hai aur jehda hoya hai, because kisans are trying their best. ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਫਾਈਟ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਕਾਮਨਰ ਨੂੰ, ਜਨਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ. They have blocked the road just because ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਫੀਲ ਹੋਏ ਪੇਨ ਕਿ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਜੈਨੂਇਨ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ. ਅਸੀਂ ਠੰਡ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਕੇ, ਠੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਸੜਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੇਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ, ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵਾਂਟਡ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਅਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਵਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਐਜੀਟੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ. ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਇੰਟੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਾਮਨਰ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੋਏ, ਔਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਹਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਨੇਜ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. ਕੋਈ ਰਸਤਾ ਦੂਜੀ ਤਰਫ ਤੋਂ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ. ਬਟ ਆਈ ਬਲੀਵ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਘੁੰਮ ਕੇ ਆਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਸਤਾ ਕਵਰ ਕਰ ਲੋਗੇ. These are little problems people are going through, but everyone is supporting. The best thing is that nobody is like hi ਇਹ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਓ. No, everybody is saying that okay, you sit there, you protest, you ask for your right, we are supporting you, no matter what. We will face this problem.
Yeah, the reports we're getting through to the outside world is that the people of Delhi have been really nice. People have opened up their homes. People have given their facilities to the using toilets or showering. ਪਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਲੱਗਾ, ਕਿਤੇ ਬਦਾਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਲੱਗਾ. So I think ਮੇਰੇ ਭਾਂਜੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮਾਮਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਬਦਾਮ ਵਿਕਦੇ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਘਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ, ਚੱਲ ਚੱਕ. I'm just saying, but obviously it worries us that people will get frustrated ਜਦੋਂ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਿਆ. is that what they're waiting for? Okay, holy, holy. I mean, there was a video going viral today where the police had arrested some young youths at middle of the night. And there was a video going where there's been fights against the police or from both sides, lathi charge. So unrest, that's what worries us. ਜਦੋਂ unrest ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈ, then things could go worse.
See, I tell you, no, they will not. They'll not. I tell you the fact. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ intentions ਹੈਗੀਆਂ. Definitely, this is not police who is doing it. These are the intentions of the government. Because order ਉੱਤੋਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ. They are giving them order to do this. They are definitely doing. They are doing their job. Police is doing their job. Whatever the order is coming, they are following that. Well, that's what this government is doing for now. It's a quite long time. They are doing it. They are arresting the protester who are protesting. Yeah, ground is ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਪਾਣੇ ਨਾਲ protest ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ. But we are not scared. I tell you the fact. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਜੇਲਾਂ ਘੱਟ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ. ਜਿੰਨੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਰ ਲਓ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਜੇਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਰਨੇ. ਆ ਜੱਥਾ, ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਊਗੀ. ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਟਾਂਗੇ. ਇਹ ਡਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ. ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ? ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਲੈਣਗੇ ਨਾ.
ਜੇਲ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਰੋਟੀ ਵੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ.
ਆ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਰੋਟੀ ਵੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ. ਜੇਲ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪੋਜ਼ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ਾ ਲੈਦਰ ਕਰਵਾਉਣਗੇ. ਹੋਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਵੱਧ ਚੜ ਕੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਏਗੀ. ਕੀ ਕਰ ਲੋਗੇ? ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਜੇਲ੍ਹਾਂ ਪੜ ਲੋਗੇ? ਸਾਡੀ ਰਗਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਖੂਨ ਹੈਗਾ. You need to remember that this nation belongs to Bhagat Singh, Abdul Kalam Azad. This nation belongs to Phule. There are Baba Ambedkar. There is Gandhi. This nation belongs to all of them, Chandrasekhar Azad. So we are their generations. So we are holding the responsibility. कि ਅਸੀਂ
Okay, I think there's every possibility that they have jammed our signal, but I'm not sure. But thank you to everybody who's tuning in, who's sending the support and sending the love going out to India. Now, I'm sure Dr. Ritu can hear me, but she possibly can't see me because it seems like that we have lost the connection. So if I can get her back, we will get her back. Just in case we can't, just to say thank you to Dr. Ritu. I know, I've got you back. I got worried and I thought jam kar diya unhe. Jam kar diya.
हो गया. I think which कुछ हो जाएगा.
At least they're listening to us. So at least they're listening to us. So Dr. Ritu, before you go, then I've got one question actually. What does this mean for the people of Punjab, or indeed the people of Maharashtra, or people will they choose wisely next time they vote? Will they think clearly when they vote? Or does that mean the young generation, the young youth is ready to move forward? And will this change the Congress parties in Punjab, or the Badal or the Akali Dal parties in Punjab? Is this a big haluna, as we say, for those parties to say, wake up, where are you now? Why are we standing here? Surely you represent us. You should be here.
Of course, this is very, very alarming, This is very alarming and worrying something to them also. And if you talk about youth is 100% ready. If you see here in India, the role of opposition is being played by the youth. There is no opposition here in India. Everybody is either, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਸਤਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਹ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਭਟਕ ਗਏ ਹੋ. That's what is happening. ਸਾਨੂੰ opposition ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ we have high hopes. But here in India today, the role of the opposition is being played by the youth, the social activists, the people like us. We are asking questions to the government. We are asking, ah law galat hai, eh galat hai. We are going on the roads and protesting and doing everything, whatever bit we are doing our best, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. But ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ opposition ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਬੈਠੀਆਂ, ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ what they are doing. ਕਿ ਰਸਤਾ ਭਟਕ ਗਏ ਆ, ਭੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਆ. If you make the
I think it is night time there in India, and I think connection problems are coming. So can I just say a big thank you to Dr. Ritu. Thank you very much for joining us from all the way from India, from the front line, and she's been very vocal in what she's saying. So thank you to you, everybody who's been tuning in. Dr. Ritu, I think what obviously it's getting late as well, I'm just saying a big thank you to you. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, and obviously keep in touch with us. And who knows, you could be the next CM of Punjab, or wherever you want to be. I mean, is there a career in politics?
Absolutely.
Just a quick nod. Politics, possible career in politics. I think we need for you guys to lead the way forward. But thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in, and we wish you all the best. And I think from wherever people are watching now, or they'll see this interview later on, I think all our wishes and our prayers are with you guys, and just for the fact that people are in the month of December and you've got January coming ahead of you, and to still keep the battle going and to still to inspire so many people. We are indeed, you know, my mom was sitting there the other day and she was saying in Punjabi, she was saying a couple of other things. And that's my mom, you know, she's 90 years old, and even she, you know, they feel it, we feel it, we are sitting here, but we are feeling it. So all I'm going to say is that if Modi was right in front of you now, what would you say to him politely?
Politely, to be a decent man and to listen to the people around you and to have, think everything from a humanitarian ground, not from, profit making everything. You see money, money in everything. You should, stop being the agent to those so-called big houses and listen to the janta who have, voted you. जिन्ना वास्ते तुसी उत्थे बैठे हो, and be a man above all.
Very good. I didn't hear a word of that, but I'm sure everybody else heard it out there. But thank you very much. And it is our wish really that this situation gets resolved in whatever manner. And ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਇਹੀ ਤਮੰਨਾ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਾਂ ਰਾਜਸਥਾਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਉੱਤਰ ਪ੍ਰਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਮੋਰੇ ਢੋਲ ਵੱਜਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹੀ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੋਰੇ ਢੋਲ ਵੱਜਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਪਿੱਛੇ ਟਰੈਕਟਰ ਬੋਲੀਆਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। So we are very, very grateful to you and very grateful to everybody who's joined in. So thank you very much.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Wish
Thank
you
you
all
so
the
much.
best. Look after yourself, and thank you for joining in.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
to the Punjab
Thank
2000
you.
team who's been running the show from behind the scenes as well. Thank you to Tej, and thank you to everybody joining in. So ਸਾਡੇ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਕਰੇ ਰੱਬ ਸੁੱਖ ਰੱਖੇ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਰੱਖੇ। So thank you for tuning in, and we'll speak soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੱਟ ਕਿੱਥਾ ਕੱਟਣੀ